Hello everyone and welcome to QualityOldGames. Today we are having part 2 of the Byzantine Empire campaign in Medieval 2 Total War. And our aim today is to conquer Italy, mostly. I'm not certain we want to declare war against the Holy Roman Empire and Milan, but I'm afraid it will come to that eventually. But without further ado, let's start playing.
Your orders, number one. Orders?
And at the same time, I think we are going to make a foray into Hungarian areas here. So we should try to expand a bit northwards as well. And let's see if the Papal States will drive us away from Rome. Apparently they won't. And basically that means that we should try to take the city right away.
Your orders, number one. Yes. God will be with us, men. To battle! Without question, we shall your will. Yes, my lord. This is where we shall meet the enemy. The day is ours. The enemy unbeaten.
I think we will fight this manually, so that we will get minimal losses, and at the same time I think I will try to ransom the prisoners here, so that we could maybe have enough money to hire some mercenaries to aid us in the capturing of Rome. And welcome to the stream, all viewers. Feel free to comment, ask questions, give advice, and so on.
The enemy are badly bloody. They have lost half
And a
their
bit
men.
surprisingly, the enemies are still eager. Yep, agreed on that, Georgian soldier. And I think to some degree that applies to all factions. Well, at least the missile cavalry units for Byzantine Empire are really good, especially in the early game.
Praise the Almighty. Our enemy has lost his stomach to fight. We must push our advantage.
And let's try to get some prisoners. Okay. I haven't analyzed that how auto-resolve will handle different kind of army compositions, but that's good to know. And let's see.
The day is ours.
Venetians are rich, so we can get at least some money. And hopefully the gates will be open for us next turn.
Your orders, number one.
And apparently no mercenaries available here. And they only have Pavis crossbowmen to man the walls. So I think this city should be ripe for taking. And let's just hope that our siege engines won't burn down. And it seems the enemy cavalry is in the city center and maybe near the other gates. I agree that you can pretty much steamroll Europe in the early game. And maybe I should actually bring some firepower here to aid in the battle against these crossbowmen. They might actually be able to do some damage to the spearmen, or rather make it difficult to capture the walls.
Now the butcher's work begins.
Though it's questionable whether these guys have much value in firing on the walls, but let's see. Yeah, suppression might be really nice mechanic in the game. Agreed on that. Yeah, that was the case. I think they got a couple of kills there, but that was pretty worthless. And it might actually be that we need some reinforcements to the wall. And of course, maybe we should try to smash this mailed knights contingent here. Well, I guess they are hoping for a decent amount of loot, helping to sack a rather large city. Yeah, I think I will also utilize the general to try to break through these mailed knights here.
Our soldiers have proved their worth today. The enemy's walls belong to us now. It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
And basically, we still have the enemy general to deal with. But otherwise, I think the situation is looking rather decent. Yeah, there was a siege of Rome in the Middle Ages by the Protestants, And actually, a Finnish author, Mika Valtari, has written a rather large novel about Middle Ages. That's the setting is in the Middle Ages, and there that sacking of Rome is depicted to some degree. I don't know if it's translated into English or into German, for example, but at least in Finnish I enjoyed the book rather much. And actually maybe these missile units could be of some service around here. And they are breaking. Excellent. So basically what we need to do is to form up here and hope that our army won't be breaking, and then start shooting on the enemies on the city square. And hope to lure them to attack us.
Men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
And maybe we could bring the missile cavalry a bit closer. And unfortunately our infantry line is rather flimsy, but let's hope it will at least withstand the initial shock of the enemy attack, so that our cavalry units can be utilized there. Hello Peter, welcome to the stream. And at least these mailed knights went down rather nicely. And now I guess the real battle is about to begin.
Is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory.
Maybe at least some of these can fire past those mercenaries, and it wouldn't be too large of a loss even if they hit some of our own troops there. Okay. Thanks for the comment, level 89 bear hunting armor.
The battle is in our favor if we remain true and wholehearted.
And I think the general should join the battle soon. I think the thing with the Crusades here is that the AI usually defends only the main fronts it has, and the reserves in the middle of the area are usually rather weak. So when the Crusade is called to a city in the middle of the enemy area, that means that the enemy army there will be quite weak. And it seems the old capital has been restored to the empire.
Our courage has prevailed. These lands are yours, my lord.
And let's see if we... Okay, we cannot recruit any new troops. But the amount of money we gained was rather decent as well. Let's see if we could utilize it to generate a bit more money. I think that's... is it warehouse? Yeah, will be quite useful here.
Your orders, noble one. God will be with us, men.
And since there are 2 family members, I think we will try to starve that city out. And in Thessalonica, markets will bring some money, so let's build it. And to keep up the momentum, I think in Sofia we could train some more troops. And I think that's everything for this turn. Let's see what happens. Historically, Venice was very well protected by the lagoon around it, but I think in this case the map here will mean a bridge battle for the enemy if they try to break the siege. Of course, I guess their armies are quite a bit more formidable than ours, so we might actually be forced to withdraw, but let's see. They allowed us to take Rome, so maybe they will allow us to take Venice as well. Okay, it seems Sakrep is about to come under attack. I think some missile cavalry units could be useful there. And here the enemy defenses are rather meager, so let's assault the city.
Units, await my orders. Unit, drop equipment.
The enemy are bringing in reinforcements.
And I think those guys should be able to take care of the enemy reinforcements, while our infantry, supported by the general, will capture the city. And the task for this missile cavalry contingent is that none of these reinforcements should enter the city. So some spear militias, town watches, I guess these are the most critical to keep out from the city.
The battering ram has done its work. Now is the time for brave hearts and brave deeds.
I think there at least are some battle maps for bridge battles, but I'm not certain about that mountain defense or mountain pass defense.
to our lord. Our men have slain the enemy general. Now his men will lose. The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
And I guess these cavalry units are doing rather nicely here. And in the city center the battle is progressing rather well as well.
Lost his stomach to fight. We must push our advantage. The enemy general. The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours. My lord, glorious heaven above, praise the Almighty. Our enemy has lost his stomach to fight.
And let's hunt down the remaining enemy units here. And there.
Christendom will be awed by the victory we have.
And of course, I think I was planning on executing most of those prisoners, as the Emperor at the moment is somewhat dread-inspiring, so that should be beneficial. And I think Bran, a fortress, would be a rather nice addition to our area. And it should also give us a rather well defended position there. And what's the situation here? I think we can afford to wait. And I think the fleet should be brought to a port, and we have a turn. Yeah, I don't think there are many fortresses in the early game, so really nice capture if we can take it. And I think we will try to cause some damage to the enemy, but it might be wisest to withdraw pretty early in the battle. I guess these troops should try to control the bridge here, while the missile cavalry should harass the enemies coming from behind.
The enemy have brought up more men. They hope to make up in numbers what they lack in bravery. My lord, the tide of battle seems to have turned against us. We must act and halt this turn of events.
And I guess taking down the general's bodyguard from the reinforcing armies is the most important thing for those missile cavalry units to do. Let's try to break these crossbowmen as soon as possible. So we might actually be able to break some other units as well. And they are wavering already, so maybe some fire arrows could be beneficial for us too. Well, at the moment the situation isn't looking too bright. I think our general needs to pull back. Let's see if we can do some damage. To the reinforcing army here.
Only intervention by the Almighty Lord or a military genius can bring us victory from this disgrace.
Okay, I think we have overstayed our welcome here. Of course, it would be nice to take down at least one enemy general, but let's see if we can do that.
King is slain.
Okay.
A worthy enemy, but no less a dead
Excellent.
for that. We must press our advantage.
And let's hope that our emperor will stay alive here. So there is one enemy bodyguard or general left. And we still have some men and ammunition, but I think the general should withdraw at least. These guys could get some shots off and then withdraw as well. And maybe some crossbowmen will be left for us as well. But I think we took a decent amount of enemies down in that battle as well. And I don't think we are giving the enemy chances to ransom the troops back. Oh, that's rather a large Hungarian army. With quite a lot of horse archers. I think it's time to withdraw.
Fall back! Break camp, men. We end the siege.
Okay.
Your orders, noble one.
And we have a new general. I think he can go to reinforce Bucharest.
Noble one. Yes?
And we are going to need some new troops for
Orders?
this army here.
Yes. We cannot travel there. My lord, your will. Move out. A good day's march ends.
And speaking of mountain passes, I think we might be able to utilize one here in a defensive battle.
Move out. Your orders, noble one.
So that will hold out for 2 turns, and this here for 2 turns as well. So, we are pretty much outgunned here, or outbowed. But let's hope that we can get to utilize the terrain to our benefit here. That might actually make the difference in the battle. And it seems the terrain looks rather perfect for our defensive purposes. So, I want to see that enemy army climbing to the top of this mountain and then engage us, well peppered with arrows. And I think these grey areas, or at least some of these areas here, should be unpassable. So our flank here should be secure. And the enemy needs to come this way if they want to engage us. Or can they move to here at all? I think they can. Well, apparently this location gives us some troubles as well, but I think we should eventually be able to put our troops into position. And welcome to the stream. Any new viewers? Feel free to comment, give advice, ask questions and so on. And if we manage to break this enemy army here badly enough, I think the fortress will be open to us once again. Of course, here the question is whether or not the AI can manage its troops so that there actually will be a battle. Okay, so we should be shooting somewhere, but at least I don't see any missiles flying at the moment. Interesting that we should be able to target these, but on the ground the missile range is somewhere here. Okay, I guess now we are starting to shoot. I guess this is a bit of a cheesy battle going on here. And it seems the enemy is unwilling to come to engage us, but there should be a path for them towards us. It might be a bit too risky to bring our army lower to the hills. I guess this here will protect our flank. So if we were to bring our units here, we should be able to achieve something. Let's try that out, actually, with missile cavalry, I think. It seems they are coming after us, so let's withdraw. So I guess we can bring the... or maybe not. I was thinking of bringing the rest of the army here as well, but I don't think that's necessary, at least just yet. Oh, and unfortunately there is no time limit for the battle. So we need to actually beat the enemy here. a good plan, retreating when out of ammo. Yeah. And I think we want to take out the enemy general.
We are blessed.
Okay.
The enemy general is dead. We have sent the idiot to hell.
And let's see if we can take care of these dismounted feudal knights with a charge. Apparently that didn't work out. But we have second unit incoming. I think they will be quite tired, so our infantry even should be able to take care of them. Apparently no infantry needed. Yeah, agreed on that, and I think our archers get some kind of bonus from firing high above the enemies. At least the range is increased, but I think there might be some increase to the damage as well. Or maybe it's the angle from which the arrow will hit the enemy.
Seems to be swinging. Only half the enemy force remains.
Seems the enemies are becoming a bit desperate. At least they're bringing their whole army a bit by bit to attack us. I think we will have a victory in the battle. I think our remaining strength is strong enough to drive these away. Of course, they might be in skirmish mode, and our missile cavalry is quite tired. Let's see. And it seems they are retreating. rather clean victory. I think spears do have a bonus against cavalry in every situation. Of course, if they are braced and the cavalry charges from the front, they get some additional bonus as well from that.
For battle, laying siege. Is it time to take the walls?
Orders. My lord, marhaba. Have you come to negotiate?
So maybe Budapest could be ripe for taking as well.
Yes, my lord. This is where we shall meet the enemy.
Unfortunately, we need to cross the bridge now, but let's see how we do. The good thing is that the enemy garrison will reinforce the battle. And if we manage to kill him, I think the city will be ours right away. But let's see how well the enemy is defending the bridge here. Rather well, it seems. Let's see if we bring the crossbowmen to the bridge. Can they get some shots off? Apparently they can. So we should be able to get victory here. And is the bodyguard taking some hits as well? It seems to be. Okay. I guess I would take this kind of bridge battle any day of the week. A prime example how the AI is doing some not so bright stuff in the battles. And I think the last battle was another example of that. Let's actually try to take out the reinforcing armies general. So maybe we could get Venice right away. And has he taken any hits this far? I guess he has. But at least these spear militias are taking quite a beating. And have taken already. Okay, nice. And basically it's only a mopping up operation for now.
The enemy flees the battle.
And maybe we should try to take down some more of the enemies. So that they won't be getting inside the walls.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory.
Okay, I guess 50 men will disband. And Venice is ours, and 10,000 florins as well. And let's hope we can actually keep the city from rebelling. Oh, and it seems keeping the faction leader out from there will boost our public order. And let's see if we can have some improvements, rather financial improvements. Maybe Bucharest could grow a bit faster. In Thessalonica, maybe town hall to improve public order, and it will also cut that corruption. And Corinth, actually I think it should be converted to large town. And Durazzo, maybe a chapel there. And Sakrep, farms. And maybe town hall in Venice as well. And in Rome I think we can start training some troops, and we have a turn, but I think we have 2 battles ahead of us. I think this army should be able to beat these guys, and this army here should be able to beat these guys. Yeah, counter-espionage can be beneficial as well. And with this battle I think Venice should be wiping out. Of course the enemy general seems to be quite tough, so let's see how we fare. Which town you were referring? Venice or Rome, or what's the most beneficial placement for that spy? And it seems the enemies are wasting no time here. Let's hope we can take down at least some of the bodyguards before we need to engage in melee. And of course maybe we should utilize the skirmish mode here. Okay, to Venice it is then. Let's see if we are able to take down that general from behind. At least our infantry is getting wrecked here. I think it's time to withdraw with the cavalry and hope that the missile cavalry units will be enough to take care of the most of the enemies, at least the bodyguards. And I think we will get some additional bonus if we charge downhill. So let's try to utilize the hill here. By the way, do you know in the chat what kind of bonus you get when charging downhill against enemies?
Battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours. The general flees like the coward he is. Press onward and break the spirit of his army. The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men. It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle.
Maybe charging these guys head on wasn't one of my brightest ideas.
Praise to our Lord. Our men
And
the enemy general. Praise
the city should be
all of
ours,
Christendom will
and no need for mopping up operation, since
Blessed Lord, we
the whole garrison will be wiped out nonetheless.
God be praised.
Greetings.
I think we can have trade with Milan, and luckily Florence stays neutral, or rather in the rebel hands, giving us some opportunities. I think we will try to take out the initial attacking army as fast as possible, and after that let's see what does our strength look like to face the reinforcing army. Oh, and actually I think the terrain here is quite favorable this time too, so our flank should be secure here. And I don't think we have any troubles winning this battle. 2. And I think we have enough time to put these guys into correct positions before the enemy reaches us. And actually it seems the enemy won't be kind enough to approach us from the side of those cliffs, so it seems we need to engage them in melee after all. And it seems the AI might be having some trouble, so it's only waiting for the rest of the reinforcements to get into position. I think it's rather imperative to take down those nobles and as much of the bodyguard as possible. Okay, some crossbowmen might be problematic for us. And it seems the battle is joined. And I don't think you guys need to withdraw at all.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
And if we
The
can
enemy general
take
has no honor.
down
Leave
this
the field of battle.
general, I
The
think we
enemy
are in
badly
pretty good
outnumbered.
position
They have lost half their men.
to capture the fortress here.
Praise the Almighty! Our enemy has lost his stomach to fight. We must push our advantage. Praise to our Lord! Our men have slain the enemy general. Now his men will lose heart.
And there shouldn't be
The enemy
too many
leads
enemies.
the battle. Run down those worthless
Okay.
peasants.
And I think this is enough.
By the Lord above, our foe has been much
And Bran is ours. And I think we will sack it.
I have silenced them.
And then here, I think we should be able to rather easily win this battle.
Units, await my orders. Units!
I guess crossbowmen are able to shoot already there. And once they are all out, I think we will just charge in.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Attack quickly!
And I don't think
Glorious
we
heaven
want to
above.
be
Our
shooting
men have
our
captured
own
the
men
enemy
here.
general. Guard him well. Give the dog some wine, and be sure he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
And unfortunately the situation seems to be that when one unit gets back here, those will get to the city center. Okay, I guess we will win the battle after this last attempt by the enemy.
The enemy, this is a clip.
God has granted his faithful this victory. God has delivered us this victory.
And we got some extra money, and it seems our financial situation is looking rather good. And we are at war with the Holy Roman Empire. Yeah, I agree. In some cases that cause some difficulties, and in other cases that's quite a benefit for you. So,
You hate me, but you cannot defeat me.
let's see if Budapest is open for us. 2. Okay, some additional reinforcements, and there is rather large enemy army close by. Maybe we could send some units to aid there, especially general and missile cavalry. And then I think this army here could come to the Italian mainland soon. And Merchant's Wharf in Rome. Not too good at the moment, but maybe a bit later. And I think we can send our cavalry to take Florence. And let's see about Heraklion. I think it should be rather well established, and we can bring this missile cavalry maybe to aid us in Hungarian campaign.
Dropping anchor until morning. This is a course we cannot plot.
And maybe some warriors in these settlements would be beneficial, since I have no doubts that Turks will try to invade at some point.
Ready to trade.
"55 years old, I don't think he will last too long, but I think he has done rather well in the campaign here.
Greetings. I come bearing many thanks. Do not fare well, then, my lord.
And actually the enemy sallying out from Budapest might work into our advantage, as our missile cavalry will at least be able to take out these, but let's see if we can kite the enemy general as well.
Our foes appear to be gaining the upper hand in this battle. Only intervention by the Almighty Lord or a military genius can bring us victory from this disgrace.
At least some of the bodyguards are going down, but is that enough? And it seems the skirmish mode is not working as well as it could be. Then again, I think the general's heavy cavalry should be tiring out quite a bit sooner than our missile cavalries. At least hopefully. Maybe a couple of good volleys here could bring down the number. But let's see. If nothing else, I think we will be able to take out these spear militias.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Still quite a few bodyguards left there, and at least these spearmen are wavering, and I think it's time to run them down. And the skirmish mode here is quite a bit problematic, and it seems, are the gates really open? Interesting if they are, because then I think we will try to lure the enemy. Okay. Well, the plan remains to lure the enemy as far away from the city gates as possible, and then use this unit to capture the city center. And to try to take it from the enemy. And it seems the general's bodyguard is not falling to that one. So let's see if this unit can draw him off or out. And then let's utilize our general to get to the city. And maybe a suicidal attack could actually buy us the time needed. capture the city center. Let's see.
Praise the saints. Our men have taken control of the city.
And at least for now, the enemy general is staying outside. And this apparently really became a suicidal attack. That unit, but 2 more minutes to go. And I think we need to engage. Hello, welcome to the stream. And as the enemy is rushing towards the city center, I think we are getting quite easy kills. Actually, this is new for me, that when the enemy is running for the city center, you get this easily kills. I have known of the cheese of capturing the city center while the enemies are out, but this really is new for me. And right before the timer running out, we managed to get kind of normal victory. Of course, the question is, can we keep that Budapest for us, but at least we got decent loot. And Venice is open for moving out. Maybe actually we could take that Ajaccio. I think Merchant's Guild there will be quite nice. And that should be upgraded to Castle. And I think these units will be enough to capture Ajaccio. Yeah, I agree with you. Level 89. And did we actually manage to take out Hungary altogether? Actually, it seems we did. Well, that's good news. I think we can bring our cavalry, and since the Holy Roman Empire declared war on us, I think they made themselves just a target for us. And here, I think City Hall will bring a decent amount of public order bonus. And it seems we should get that religious unrest in line. Or under control. In Corinth, maybe some higher taxes, town hall, and let's try to get that warehouse coming as soon as possible. In Sofia, I think we could bring some reinforcements. And in Bran, maybe Boyer. And in Sakrep, some more farms. And in Durazzo, maybe that wasn't wise to convert that into castle, but let's keep it that way for now. In Naples, okay, we can upgrade the stone wall there. Let's make some defensive units. And in Rome, some more defensive units, and in Venice as well as soon as we can.
Yes.
And in Iraklion, let's boost the public order a bit. And I think we should bring that family member, for example, to Corinth. And let's bring these guys to Sakrep first and then join them to some army. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate, what you are saying. Level 89. Eco 9 or 98.
Your orders, number one.
Yes, madam. We shall continue tomorrow, madam. Dropping anchor until morning.
Yes.
Maybe we could actually send these mercenaries to aid us in Florence.
Continue tomorrow, my lord.
And finally, Venice is getting a bit better under control. Maybe council chambers will help out there as well. In Budapest, I think some garrison is in order.
Yes, Martin. Come wait here, my lord.
Your Majesty.
My lord.
Name thy
And
enemy.
maybe we should even hire some mercenaries
Yes, madam.
there.
Full sail.
Your orders, number one.
And let's get this guy to Corinth, as he's much more able governor. And well, let's rely on those two priests to get those heretics out of the city.
Orders.
Yes, madam.
Yalla, my sultan wishes you dead.
Bologna seems to be quite strongly defended. But I think after we can capture the rebel settlement north of Rome, we can combine enough forces
Your orders?
to try to conquer it.
Bless you, lord. Backward.
Yes. Plotting course now.
Of course, the
madam.
quest. Okay, this is rather good governor. I was thinking if I should move the governor from Corinth to Constantinople and vice versa, but it seems we are doing quite okay. And I think we are going to have a new war ahead of us against Poland rather soon.
With us, men. To battle.
And let's hope we have enough strength to capture Ajaccio.
Now, my lord. Your Majesty.
As my lord wills, we march to battle.
And I think these forces are quite enough there. And maybe that merchant's wharf finally could be beneficial here.
Who do I face? Name thy enemy, lord. Men.
And Vienna seems to be ripe for taking, and we have
March.
a rather large array of mercenaries available for us.
Yes.
So let's take those.
Yes. March.
And I think we are ready to...
Yes?
Okay, that rebel army is rather difficult position at the moment. And it seems the Turks have been decently quiet for the duration of this campaign. I haven't actually seen any armies moving around our areas. But let's make some additional defenses, even though the situation is peaceful for now. And maybe... Let's upgrade Nicosia as well. I think we can afford it now.
I would advise you to listen to them until next.
I think we can deal with their attack. So, no need to comply with their threats. And it seems Milan is attacking us as well. Okay. So, it seems
What shall we do?
we should be able to take out the whole of Italy for us, at least at some point.
Greetings. I come bearing. We shall not. Goodbye. We look forward to our next
And the
meeting.
Poland has rather decent area, even though their strength was categorized as meager. And Genoa seems to be lightly defended, so that's one natural target for us too.
Units, I await my orders. Units,
I think our missile superiority should make the melee quite a lot of easier. And I think the knights could circle around and hit those peasant crossbowmen.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory. My lord, the enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
And a decent charge to the back of the enemy should bring us victory.
The enemy, this is a clear...
Nice.
The day is ours, Lord. The enemy are beaten.
I think we can take Thieves
We
Guild.
have conquered.
And let's see about Naples. I think paved roads and Merchant's Wharf will be quite beneficial for us. And let's see about Florence. I think we need to repair the wooden palisade. And then dirt roads will be quite decent. And maybe we need to gather a bit strength before moving against Bologna, at least until the siege of Venice has been lifted.
Talk is cheap, Your Majesty. My lord.
Command, my lord. Should we spare any of them? Sooner or later, they will relent, my lord. When shall we attack the walls then, my lord?
Oh, and here we need some units. Most definitely, maybe a couple of these guys will be able to hold that invading army off. Oh, And Florence is in trouble too.
The enemy lays siege.
So maybe those missile cavalry should go to Italy to help out against the sieges, and I guess Budapest is under siege as well.
To the walls! We are besieged!
Yeah, especially in these harder difficulties, the AI is quite ruthless. In the diplomatic section at least. I think that crusade called to Cairo is at least going for us, and actually, what happened to this army?
We will meet you there.
Was it bribed?
Orders?
Let's see if we can drive it off.
Yes. Crossing for battle.
I think I can dare to auto-resolve. Oh. Well, that didn't go exactly as planned. The lesson learned, do not auto-resolve,
Move out!
even though you have 10-star general.
Victims. When shall we attack the walls then, my lord? Name thy enemy, lord. My lord, should we spare
And what do I do after that? I auto-resolve the next battle.
my lord?
Fortunately, this went a bit better.
This place is yours, my lord.
But actually that last one was quite humiliating.
Your orders, noble one.
I think the defenses there are adequate, but if we are planning a campaign against Poland, we should start building an army here. And let's bring these guys to help out, and maybe this guy to lead them.
It is an honor to lead these armies.
And in Constantinople, I think Brothel can improve the public order. And in Rome,
Trial for heresy.
Your orders, noble one.
okay, we have some
Yes.
troops available. And from Vienna,
Battle will resolve our differences.
Your majesty.
maybe we should actually send these guys there
This is where we shall
and
meet
this
then.
army to Italy. And since we cannot get reinforcements from the mainland, I think we will take Ajaccio at the end of this turn and then move this general to next to Genoa and hopefully raise enough mercenaries to take it. Okay, and this came a crusading army as it tries to assault us. Could you elaborate a bit, level 98, what's your favorite medieval 2 faction? Is it Poland, Holy Roman Empire, or Byzantine Empire?
The battle seems to have turned against us. We must act and halt this turn of events.
And maybe our best course of action is to stay at the city center. And bring those missile cavalry units out to harass the enemy as much as we can. Oh, okay. Yo, well, I think I like playing with... a tough question. I think I like Byzantine Empire. Also, England is pretty nice. And we have these Frankish knights here still. Let's bring them here. I think England's starting position is one of the best, and I think it's at the same time one of the easiest factions, mainly because of the starting location. And I think from historical perspective, I'm somewhat of a fan of Byzantine Empire and Holy Roman Empire. So I guess that would be going for them. And then I think also these Milan and Venice and France have some really nice units. So that are a couple of things going for them. But I think I need to say, if I need to name just one, I would say England.
Saints, save us! The enemy are battering down the gates!
And I think we should try to take out the crossbow militia first, because they are able to return fire.
Mother of God! The enemy's rank! The walls are no longer ours! The enemy have taken them!
And it seems now we need to shoot at everything we can. So, after you finish the campaign in Holy Roman Empire, what do you think would be your next faction to play? And let's see if the crossbowmen could get some decent shots off. So that we could take down the enemy general. And apparently they are shooting something else than the general here. Oh, now they are shooting the right direction. And I think now it's time to try to crush the... Oh, it's spear militia. I guess it's not time to crush those.
Praise to our Lord! Our men have slain the enemy general. Now his men will lose heart.
And let's see if we can pull back a bit and get a couple of volleys on these spear militias. Okay. And it seems some of the enemy units are actually routing. We might actually be able to win the battle here eventually. And it seems those spear militias managed to sneak on our missile cavalries.
Only intervention by the Almighty Lord or a military genius can bring us victory from this disgrace.
Situation is looking pretty dire. Actually, level 98, I think if you find your situation being crawling situation, so you could try to flank the Venice and Milan. So make, let's say, 4 or 5 ships, load a decent army onto them, and then try to circle around the main front. I think you should find decent success against those then. They are wavering, maybe a combined charge could break them. Okay, these are coming back. Let's try it. Because our city center is needing some help rather soon. Okay, they are breaking. Then let's break this unit once again. And they are running as well, so I think we can charge on the backs of these crossbowmen.
Only I pray the course of this battle changes, because defeat seems almost certain.
Unfortunately, they are quite well equipped for melee, so this might actually not work.
And perhaps our chances of victory with it.
But I think if we manage to gather a decent army in... Okay, these are routing. That's interesting. So, if we manage to gather a decent army in Rome, I think we should be in a good position to recapture the city here.
Fought long and are becoming tired. Pray the course of this battle changes.
Maybe I should have brought the missile cavalry from the side of the village to back here. So we might have been able to win then. But
Good news. The enemy is no longer in command of the city.
let's see if we can win this missile unit battle here. I think the crossbowmen are more dangerous, so let's try to take them out first. Okay. And are they actually coming to fight melee? Oh, they came to point blank range.
Holy Mother, save us! Our enemy is in control of the city. Good news. The enemy is no longer in command of the city.
Okay. I actually use ships pretty rarely as well, especially for blocking, but I sometimes use that flanking maneuver, taking an army behind the main enemy line. And surprisingly, it seems that we managed to hold Venice, but lost that. Was it Bologna? The other city we captured a while ago. Okay, so you like to play with Byzantium. I think there is something glamorous when you play kind of the heir to the Roman Empire. At least that's a rather big thing going for me, for Byzantium. And of course it's rather good faction early on. Especially with those missile cavalry units.
Units, await my orders.
Drop the ram. Attack!
General's bodyguard. Attack quickly.
Actually not. I decided to fortify the...
Protect us. Our general
Well,
lies slain the
that was great.
Byzantines.
I decided to fortify the Eastern Front. So
For the moment, the fortune
the
of
plan
goes
is
out.
to
It is unwise
conquer the western parts of the map first, and only after that engage the Turks and Mamelukes.
They have lost.
And the reasoning for that is that I want to have some buffer against the
No longer ours.
Mongol and Timurid invasion
General has no
that are coming.
This is a clear.
Leave in the army, my lord. The day is ours, lord. The enemy are beaten.
Yeah, agreed on that.
Well, lord.
It's always nasty thing to lose a general. And especially as I think we were winning the battle there. With the general's bodyguard against the enemy infantry. So, no reinforcements from Ajaccio.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, that's the plan. And of course, if the Turks will be able to delay them quite a lot, then that works fine as well. That should give me some time to build decent enough garrisons in the forts here. So Rhodes, Smyrna and Nicaea. And of course, if a decent opportunity presents itself, I might press eastward
We rest here.
at some point. But now my focus is in north and in the west.
Your will.
Orders.
Yes?
Yes.
Maybe some extra garrison there.
Orders. Onward.
Yes? Yes, lord. And your majesty.
Yes, lord. Closing for battle.
And we don't have any generals available here, so it seems it's going to be this ragtag army without proper commander that's going to besiege Florence.
March to battle.
And maybe city watch here might be rather good. And let's see about Rome. Fairground won't bring too many benefits, but I think that church will improve public order so much that it's good to have one there.
Your orders, noble one.
Orders.
So building forts in the mountain passes. Actually, I haven't thought about that. Maybe that would be at least make the game quite a bit easier, but let's see. I usually play the Western European faction, so I haven't dealt that many times against Mongols, and when the time comes to deal with them, they usually have such a large area that they are spread quite thinly, so that taking them out is pretty much same as taking out any other faction.
I will see you brought to justice in an honest battle.
Your orders, number one. God will be with us, men. To battle! Without question, we shall begin the siege. Besieging forces
Okay,
reporting,
there is
my lord.
quite a large army
Your
there.
orders, number one.
Let's see if we can
We will engage
take
them
care of
honorably,
this.
my lord.
Yes.
A most honorable victory, my noble lord.
And
Yes, lord.
we should be able to reinforce the city there. And finally we can get some troops in Vienna as well. And this army should arrive soon to reinforce Italy.
Are you certain, noble one? This is not...
Yes. Yes, Lord. This is where
And maybe we should make some reinforcing units to Florence.
binding forces, my lord.
We will not surrender these waters easily.
And then we need to save some money to upgrade Constantinople. Okay, Vienna is besieged. I'm beginning to worry that I might have stretched my strength a bit too thinly at the moment. Maybe the focus should be at the moment. Okay,
Lord. The enemy are beaten.
that was actually a bit surprising.
We have
How did that happen? Okay,
Lord.
and the Moors are declaring war on us. Sakrep could be upgraded. I think we will start with Constantinople. And then let's try to lift the siege
We march.
here, Polish nobles, and I think they have quite a bit shorter missile range than us,
Yes.
so I think our missile cavalry should be quite efficient here.
Deliver us.
Our foes appear to be gaining the upper hand in this battle.
And this time the terrain seems to be rather strongly against us. Let's try to get up there. Are the enemies actually coming to engage us? I guess they are. Fortunately, only a bit by bit. And at the moment it seems we are the only ones firing. And they haven't attacked the city because they have only cavalry. let's fire the missiles, and I think we will try to smash these with direct charge.
Only intervention by the Almighty. Only half the enemy force remains.
Okay, I think we can
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way. Let's
get out
pray
of
it
here
remains as such. Our foes
to
appear
replenish
be
our
gaining the
missiles,
upper hand in this battle.
and next turn we can attack again.
Our enemies have snatched victory from us like thieves.
There is nothing to salvage here. Scatter! Flee! We continue.
And it seems we actually lost the garrison. That's interesting.
I look forward to fighting you.
Your will. Yes, my lord. This is where we shall meet the enemy.
And here we should try to pass these
Yes. Crossing for battle.
rebel armies by. And let's see, okay, there is French navy here as well. And Palermo will be under attack rather soon. And some issues with public order in Thessalonica. So the situation actually grew a bit dire for the moment. But I think this is everything for today. Thank you everyone for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That will help a great deal. Have a great rest of the day. QualityOldGames out.